Good morning, everyone. Today is October 10th. The hurricane has passed through our area. We are safe. We actually, in a couple of these videos we're about to put together because it's been a hectic few days, we decided just to throw everything into one video to show our experience of Hurricane Milton. Ultimately, what you'll see in the video is that we did evacuate. We were going to stay, but it just kept getting worse and worse. And it went from a Cat 3 to a Cat 4 to a Cat 5. So we ultimately just decided that it would be best for us just to evacuate. So you'll see kind of our days play out here. Like I mentioned, it's October 10th. It's in the morning. So we just wanted to throw all the videos together to show you our experience of what we went through.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Jack and Erica. Today we are preparing for another hurricane, Hurricane Milton. Sad just that we're going to get hit this quickly by another strong one. We're still watching the track. I started cleaning the house yesterday while Jack basically played with baby girl all day and helped me like vacuum and stuff. I still just need to mop our floors today. We started filling water bottles yesterday. Luckily, Saturday we just decided to stock up on water because it was a good deal at Publix. So we're happy about that because it wasn't picked over. Now I'm sure stores are picked over. We were headed to try to fill sandbags because they just opened fill stations near us yesterday. But it was pouring all day yesterday, so we didn't go. So we're going to go try to get that done now and fill our car with gas. When they wait for last minute for this hurricane, we came to get sandbags because yesterday was pouring down rain. Today is obviously not. I know you won't be able to tell from the video, but the line to try to get into the sandbag station,
It keeps going.
it keeps going. It's wrapped down this street.
It's hours.
The main entrance was already not letting any more people in. Well, that's where we went in last year. I forgot to record to show you guys. Yeah, it's 11:45 on Monday. It's still going. So we are going to just try to come back later. One, because I'm afraid to get in the belly of the beast. And I only brought 2 bottles to feed baby girl. And you don't even know how long that's going to be. Because last year, when Jack and I got sandbags just to fill 25 bags, it took us like an hour to shovel it in. And
Not even allowing people into this entrance.
this entrance is closed now, it looks like Jack said.
So they're circling you back and around and around.
Unfortunately, our sandbags locations only opened yesterday, and then they're open today, but they close at 6 tonight, so they're not even open super late. And they didn't open yesterday till 9, but like I said, it was like storming all day yesterday for us, so we didn't know how you would fill sandbags in pouring down rain. I know you still can't really see, but yeah, so I guess we are gonna try again later, or we might just have to go to Home Depot and buy sand. At least you can see people filling them now. You can see some of the sand piles. But yeah, you kind of just pull your car up. We were going to show you. But yeah, it'll be a long time to try to get in there because this is still the line. These cars that we're passing, that's still the line to try to get in on this side.
They have to go stand in that other line.
Yeah, they'll come from this side of the road to get in the other lane. They're just looping you around. Hi, baby girl. They're just looping you around. Yikes. That's like upsetting. So we're not gonna get sandbags as of yet. We might try again later this evening, but they close at 6. That line is gonna be hours long because it was wrapped on every side. The entrance that we went in last year, because that is the closest fill station to our house, which is still like 25 minutes away. It's just packed. If not, we could go to some of the fill stations that are in Winter Garden. There was one in Poinciana, but they're only allowing residents in, and we're not a Poinciana resident. So, hi baby. Our other option would be to go to Home Depot and just try to buy sand. To be continued. when you're stressed because the hurricane planning on this one has been so last minute and they told you not to worry and now they're telling you to worry, and you try to go get sand and it's probably hours long and you're not sure 2 bottles will make it just because the line is that long. You calm your stress with some pumpkin spice lattes from Dunkin'.
Coffees.
Coffee. Calm our sorrows with coffee.
Coffees.
Also, once again, I'm thoroughly confused today because I've gotten a large that Jack and I have shared of a pumpkin spice latte at a different Dunkin', and it was not this girthy. This one's massive. So I think I've been paying for a large at the other location. I've only done it twice, but I think I've paid for a large and only got a medium. Because I'm sitting here looking at this like, oh my god. Tried to get sandbags. I think that's where we left you off. And the line like could have just been hours long. We then went to Home Depot and we got tarps for all of our doors and garage door. And then we went ahead and bought leveling sand because at this rate, we just don't know if we'll be able to get back to a sand fill place because it closes at 6 today. And then as of right now, they don't have any open tomorrow, of course, which sucks. But the line is just like, it could be 5 hours to try to get in there. So we bought leveling sand and we'll place those on all the doors unless we can get back to a sand fill or they open one tomorrow. We talked to some neighbors just because we are new to Florida. We've had family live in Florida, but none of them have like lived, not that they haven't lived through a hurricane, but I don't know, when I was talking to my mom about it, it's like they either always left or like they weren't ever in like a direct path. So we've just talked to a lot of people, a lot of different neighbors. Our neighbor behind us, and I'll show you, they've boarded up their lanai door. Now they also don't have like a lanai, they just kind of have an awning and then the door. We have like a little bit of a lanai and then our door. So, but we do have wood in our garage, obviously, because I'll show you that. It's always been a mess, but it's our woodworking garage and we've collected wood, and so we could board up like some of our windows. I told Jack I probably wouldn't do all of them, but I would do ones that like something could blow through. And we're in a new built community, which I think we've mentioned before. So if we get the 100-mile-an-hour winds, I'm sure our little baby trees that haven't really had root because we've only been here a year are just going to go flying. And so I don't know, like I said, we've never really lived through a hurricane, but I'm just letting you know like how we're prepping, and we've asked a lot of people. We do have an evac plan because since we have baby girl to think about now, and our families are super worried, just never living in Florida, that we're going to go up to Georgia, basically our old stomping grounds, and we're going to stay with his aunt. So if they can get a better judgment on where it's exactly going to hit, if it's going to hit Tampa, we will probably leave and get to his aunt's house before it hits. That way we can just make sure she's safe and that we just have electricity and can feed her properly and everything else and just not worry about it. Talking to our one neighbors, since we are in a 2-story, they live in a single story, but since we live in a 2-story, they said as a precaution, it just doesn't hurt to take everything we own upstairs if we can fit it. Now, luckily, Jack and I don't have a lot of furniture. We've just never accumulated a lot of furniture. So we think we're going to do that. I've started taking a decent amount up, and I'll show you that as well. We're going to do our couch next. Jack's outside getting footage of the house because they also said on the news, like, take footage of not only all your stuff, but like footage of the outside just for insurance claims purposes. So he's doing that footage, and then we'll get footage of all of our stuff inside the house as well. We just haven't yet. My phone keeps going off because my mom is blowing me up just wanting us to leave like tonight. But if we could stay, like, we would definitely stay because it just would give us more experience being here. This is like our long-term plan as of right now because it's where Jack works. So like we don't have plans to leave Florida, and we're just gonna have to get used to hurricanes and live and learn. And we probably will invest in a generator one day, and like different sandbags that we wouldn't have to rely on those opening, because like at this point last year when it happened, we got in and got out, like there was no line. And we just thought that would be like this year, so that was naive of us. But now that we're not able to get it and we ended up having to go buy just leveling sand, it was kind of eye-opening, like, oh, we should probably make some investments even though we don't live on the coast, but it's still like a precaution and nice to have here because you never know what can happen. Anyway, I feel like that was a lot of rambling and just discussing, but so right now, her baby swing here, I have taken that upstairs. We used to have like a little vacuum there, like one of those oofies, and that's upstairs. We're gonna go ahead and take our TV up. We have the weather on. I have our camera charging. Next step would be to get the couch upstairs. We are going to check in our cabinets, but I don't think there's like too much to worry about in our cabinets. And like I said, we're not expecting surge at our house, but we do live on a lake that could, well, I don't know what you want to call it, but a lake that could flood. So, and it just depends like what rain amount we'll get during Hurricane Ian. And they said that our neighborhood did not flood, but other parts of our area did. So it's more just like we just have to see. I know that another neighborhood is going in across the street from us, and I know that that has hurt other people just by watching different YouTube videos and stuff, that a community that had never flooded, and there's a new build going in. So like that could be us now because a new build community is going in, but before it was just all open land and then our community. So maybe it didn't flood during Ian because there was nobody over there, but now there's just more people in this area. But yeah, so we're just taking precautions. Like I said, this is our first major hurricane that's looking to hit now, and we're just trying to listen to people's advice. And so our advice was get everything upstairs since we have the upstairs, and it's a little bit of a hassle, but I would rather it be safe than sorry. We have the wood, so Jack's coworker said, like, board up the house if you want, so we might go ahead and just board up a couple of the windows, and I will keep you guys posted on what we are doing. That's our neighbor across the way that I mentioned, and they boarded up their lanai door. Like I said, they don't have like a lanai like the one next to them, and like us, because we have like a lanai that, so we have a little bit before you get to our door. But they boarded up, so we said we might walk the neighborhood and just see what other people might be doing and see if we can run into more neighbors and ask. But as of right now, we're contemplating boarding some stuff up. Luckily, the two houses that are going in over there, they did get the roofs put on, because the last hurricane we chuckled because all the shingles were just sitting on top of the roof. But the roof's done now, so we shouldn't have to worry about anything flying off into our house from that roof. Jack just looked it up, and it looks like they are opening our sandbag location tomorrow morning at 8. So we're gonna get up at the crack of dawn and try to be in line, the first in line, and go get those. You can get 25 bags at ours, but we think it would be helpful just to have, and then we could potentially return the ones at Home Depot, because those were almost $6 a bag anyway, and they're in plastic, so I'm not sure how much they would do besides help hold stuff down. I don't think they would actually block water, but I'm also, as a new hurricane person, I don't know if they're supposed to help with water or just block water or what, so we will see. When you buy your husband an ice cream cake for his birthday and they tell you they need 2 weeks, but you pick it up on Friday, and then the news tells you by Sunday that you should start to worry about a hurricane, and then you're watching everything on the news and you're basically like, our power is going to go out. What do? You just have the ice cream cake. So, happy birthday, Jack! We're going to cut our losses and go ahead and cut into it. His parents are flying in for his birthday, and we were hoping to wait for them, but, you know, we're just going to cut our losses in case we do lose power, and if we can start eating it now, we hopefully don't have to throw much out.
Good morning, everybody. As you can see, it is still dark out. Right now it's 6:27 in the morning. It's Tuesday morning, October 8th. We checked the news last night, and Osceola County said that they were going to open sandbag stations again today. So what I did was I got up. Erica's staying with the baby, and I am at the Celebration Athletic Club. This is one that's relatively close to our house. Yesterday, we were trying to do the Heritage Park one, but that one was just absolutely out of control. It was probably like a 5 hour wait, I think, to get sandbags at Heritage Park. So, sorry, it's just like absolute madness right now. We have people everywhere. This one wasn't even supposed to open until 7 o'clock. I got here just now, and literally, I'm probably like, I don't know. I was like 50th in line, and they're already moving. When I was driving in, there was 4 large dump trucks that left. We had a neighbor that came here yesterday, said that he got here early. He had to wait for the second round of sandbags to show up. So this was our last ditch effort to get sandbags at this point, because it's just like pure madness. Like, we had friends that went back to Heritage Park, and there it was even worse than what it was when Eric and I went. So we were just like, we got what we got at Home Depot yesterday. We are going to try to see what we get here, but this is the line that I'm currently sitting in. It just keeps going and going, and there's people that are still pulling up because everyone thought this was supposed to open at 7. Erica even thought about me getting up and just getting here at like 4 in the morning and just sitting in my car, because that's how long it would have been to get here. But I brought my shovel, I brought my gloves. I don't know if these are pre-filled bags and they're just going to dump them into my car and just send me on my way. I don't know if they're just going to give me the bags and I have to do all the work myself. If you know, filling sandbags by yourself is not easy, but if worse comes to worse, it's still free sandbags, and we can use all the sandbags that we can get, because it just protects the house any way you see fit. But haven't even had my coffee yet. Luckily, I have the Panera Sip Club, so after I get these sandbags, fingers crossed, that I'll stop at the Panera and get some coffee. But yeah, the line's just like stretched out. Luckily, we are moving. I guess I could have gotten here earlier. I was going to sleep in longer, but I just couldn't sleep because it's just storm preparation is just storm preparation. So I will update you once I get a little closer or find out what's really going on here. But we are just in line at this point, waiting for us to get to the sandbag pickup spot. I also forgot to mention on my drive over here that I pass quite a few gas stations and hotels, but on that point, at the gas stations, the lines are already crazy. They are smaller gas stations, so the bigger ones were still keeping up, but I also saw, I couldn't even tell you, 20 cherry pickers for electricity, and I saw them at hotels parked there. I saw them at the gas station filling up, so I guess this is the staging area for a lot of the electricians that are coming down or here in the state of Florida. So we are thankful for everybody that are there. I also passed the Celebration Hospital, and there's people there going into work, acting like it's another day. So I pray for all those people that have to go into work, and I pray for all the people that are in the hospital that they stay healthy and strong during this time. It's just something we've never dealt with before living here. I think it's just a lot of uneasiness because we just don't know what we don't know at this point, and we're just trying to prepare as best as we can and try to talk to Floridians that have lived here for years and years and years and what they've done. And I even have friends that I've made through work and things like that, and they have friends that are neighbors that have lived here for 30, 40, 50 years, and they've never seen the type of hurricane surge as Helene did last week or 2 weeks ago now. And they've never seen a hurricane come off like the Gulf straight across like it's doing this time. So it's kind of just pure uncertainty. I am glad that I got here when I did, because when I look behind me, the line is even longer. I'm still moving, so I'm hoping that I'm still going to be able to get a sandbag. Like I said, I've been in line now for 10 minutes, moved pretty far, but it's just kind of a waiting game. That's all it really is. It's just you kind of get to where you want to go, and then you just wait to see what the answers are. Because, like I mentioned in the first clip, it's like I saw 4 big dump trucks go by, but how much sand those 4 big dump trucks brought, I don't know. I don't know if, like I mentioned, if this is a self-filling sandbag station, so I'm gonna have to get out and fill them myself, or if this is they're gonna load my car up. I don't know. It's kind of like, here's the information of where you can get sandbags, and you kind of get there to figure it out once you get there. So I will keep you posted, and we will see what this has to offer. Update that I just got, there's an individual, Jacob from the Celebration Town Hall, just stopped by just to inform us of what's going on here at the filling station. So it's currently 6:55, so I've been in line for just under a half hour. So basically it's a fill your own station, that's why it's taking so long. They're giving you 10 bags, they have volunteers to help fill your bags with you. They have shovels here, which is actually surprising. Most sand fill stations you have to bring your own shovel, so luckily I did bring my own shovel. I brought my own gloves, so at least we'll get 10. I don't know how far 10 will get us. I know at Heritage Park you'll get 25. Other places I don't know what they hand out, but it's a location by location basis. Like I said, 10 is better than nothing, and 10 is better than waiting 5 hours in line at least at Heritage Park. So that's the update I have. He said we're probably another 20 minutes away, so I'll probably be in line for a good 50 minutes, and that's with me getting here at 6:27, and this place wasn't even supposed to open until 7. That means there was a lot of people here before I could even get here. So you can definitely tell people are nervous about this storm. So I'm glad we got here when we did. So I will let you know what time I finally get to picking up the sand or getting my bags to fill for sand. As you can see, I'm still in the car. It's now 7:27, so it's been a whole hour since I've sat here. I know I thought it would go quicker than this, but these are the times we live in right now. The news is even here. The news car is just sitting here. There's people still in line. This guy's been with me since the start. There's people that have left, but I'm telling you, like, the amount of people that have left, because I'm assuming that you have to come back out the way you came in, there hasn't been that many, but I think I'm getting close because this is like a gated spot back here with green cones, so I'm hoping that I get super close. The individual said that they were going to have, I was only at 20 minutes away, but yeah, so here it is. It's not currently closed because the fence is still open, but storm update. Sandbag lot closed, but right now it's open because the gates are open. So once I get to where I can pick up sand, I will hopefully be able to get at least 10 bags. Camera's probably not going to pick it up very well, but where that guy's standing, those are sandbags, so we're getting closer. Time update, 7:32. The one worrisome part that I'm noticing is I don't really see very much sand. So we will see if there's sand available somewhere. Here's our 10 bags that we're going to load up. Thanks to Kyle Paolo on YouTube. He helped me with mine, and I helped him with his. And yeah, so we're going to load this bad boy up and get home. Current time, 8:04. This is the line of people that get in, and it's 8:07, and this opened at 7. I got in line at 6:27. Just keeps going. This line is just hours long. This is what I waited in for a whole hour. There are people there that are volunteering, filling up bags, but Kyle and I thought it was better for us just to tag team it and fill our own bags. I had a shovel, Kyle did not, so we just decided that it'd be best just to use each other to fill them and get it taken care of. But yeah, this line just keeps going on and on. I don't even know if there'll be enough sand for all these people. But man, Godspeed to everybody. Just got finished grabbing our sandbags, and next stop, Panera Bread to get some coffee. And I picked up Erica a bagel because they're offering them for $1 since I have the Sip Club. So I'm gonna go grab me some Panera. Literally, Panera took all of their furniture inside of the cafe in preparation for this hurricane. So you can totally tell even big corporations are taking this hurricane seriously.
Road tripping, tripping, tripping. Yeah.
It's been a day.
It has been a day. I think Jack left you off and he got sandbags for our house.
I left you off when I got coffee.
Oh yeah, coffee. Okay, well he deserved that coffee and much more for getting us sandbags. After much deliberation, we have decided. Okay, me bossing.
There's no deliberation about it. This is what we're doing.
I don't think it's smart for us with baby girl. She's just too little, and I want to make sure we have power. So we are off. We're headed to South Carolina because we have family that live there, so we are going to go stay with them. Jack's off work anyway for the hurricane now, so it'll be like a mini vacation is how we're just going to look at it. And we have our neighbors' phone numbers, and a couple of them are staying, so they're going to let us know come hurricane time if we lose power and what happens. I'll see if they'll take some footage for us because we won't be home. We'll let you know what goes on where we're at in South Carolina. But
come 3 a.m. when it comes in.
Yeah.
Because every single hurricane comes at, like, in the middle of the night. I don't want to say, like, in the dead of night is what I want to say. It's like, you can't see anything.
Yeah. Bright side, though, is that you would hope you would sleep through it. But you probably wouldn't.
No. Ain't no way.
So, anyway, that's what we're going to do to keep our family safe. And we're going to pray for everybody and hope that the wind shear can weaken it.
But at the end of the day, we're going on a trip.
I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. And baby girl just woke up from a nap in the car. But, there's a beautiful sunset over there. Here's a little bit better of a view. It was more pink, but I had to get her calmed down, so... Beautiful sunset though. And we are making our way
95 north.
on 95 north.
Like I said,
Daytona Beach, 1 mile. We've officially made it to South Carolina, across the border. Still 2 hours away from our destination, and it is just getting thick. Not necessarily traffic because we're still moving, but just lots of people on the road.
Every single license plate's a Florida license plate.
We have made some stops. We fed baby girl one last time, and she now has probably been sleeping an hour.
Yeah.
She sleeps all night, so she should continue to just sleep, minus when we get there and unload the car and stuff. But this has been one heck of a few days. Hey everyone, welcome back to Jack and Erica. As you can see, we are in a whole new spot. We our last video we left you, we decided to evacuate Florida. We have family in South Carolina and they were gracious enough to let us stay with them. So we got in last night at about 2 a.m. By the time we could unload, and baby girl woke up and we fed her to get her back to sleep. We didn't go to bed till about 3 a.m. This evening, just because we were at the luxury of being semi-close to the beach, we decided to drive here because baby girl has never been to the beach, and South Carolina is only on, where we're at, it's only on, like, I always get them confused, but it's either the tropical storm warning, not watch, so we should be safe. Well, we're not going to be on the water, but we should be safe where we're at anyway. But today, since it's still Wednesday and the hurricane's not hitting till later, we decided to come out to the beach just to see it and put her little feet in it. The water is extremely warm. But yeah, so we are praying for everyone that is not stuck, but like sticking it out in Florida. I know our neighbors are sticking it out. But just for her safety, we decided to leave, and I'm thankful that we did. It's empty today, obviously, because probably nobody wants to be here but us. But there is a family down here. I don't know if they're vacationing or not, but their son is out there wakeboarding or learning to surf. I'm not sure, but just clouds today. It's breezy down here. I think the high is like 73. Cold for Jack and I, but actually it feels so nice because we would love some 73-degree weather. But yeah, so we got to stick baby girl's feet in the sand, and now we're gonna head back inland. Enjoying the beautiful scenery and just exploring while we can. And then we're gonna head to the grocery one last time because I forgot to pack baby girl some like shampoo, and I want to be able to give her a bath while we're here. So we're gonna head to the store and try to get that, and I also forgot to pack my eye drops. So hopefully we can get those things and then bunker down and keep watching the weather and
bunker down.
Bunker down.
Bunk.
What?
Hunker.
Oh, hunker?
Not
Not,
bunker.
but like you're like staying in a bunker.
No, it's a bunker. Like
Okay, hunker down. I'm thinking like a bunker.
I'm gonna bunker.
We're gonna bunker down. We're gonna hunker down and pray for everybody, pray for Florida, and see what Milton does. In the rush of trying to escape yesterday, I don't think we got footage, but we did put our sandbags out. We put sandbags at our lanai door, our front door, with some towels as well, and then on the inside of our garage door with tarps. And we will hope for the best. I do know some neighbors boarded up windows. We did not. But yes. So we'll just see where the storm goes.
We also didn't film because it was like dark out.
Yeah.
But for every one out-of-state car, there was 20 Florida cars.
Yeah, like almost every plate we saw last night driving was a Florida vehicle, which is saying something.
I think the only cars that were going south to Florida were the power line trucks.
Yeah, we saw a lot of power line trucks, so that's good to help with electricity and get it back on. But I think
it took a lot longer than what we were expecting.
Yeah, like we had decided to leave. I think it might have even been 1:30. We couldn't even get out of our house until 6. Just like, I don't know, we didn't realize that packing with a baby, you just can't go fast because he would be outside, like, still, like, placing sandbags, and then if she was pouting, like, I would be carrying her around the house, just one-arming everything, and then we were trying to get some other items that I had just put off of taking to our upstairs, and that was just more out of a luxury because we have an upstairs and neighbors told us, like, if you have it, use it. So I was still carrying like one of her pack and plays upstairs, and
we also forgot to eat yesterday.
Yeah, we forgot to eat all day. We were still trying to eat Jack's ice cream cake. I took the rest of it to our neighbors and just said enjoy while you still have power. And yeah, so it took us a lot longer to load, and then we had to load the car, and then we were like, we need a shower because we hadn't showered yet for the day.
And then it's right when we were about to leave.
Princess was hungry.
Oh.
So then we were like, well, let's just feed her because then we'll have to pull off anyway to feed her. So just a lot that we have never experienced before because this is our first baby girl, and you can't just run out the door like we thought we could. I was like, okay, Mom, like we'll be out of here in the next hour. 5 hours later, my mom was like, did you leave yet? I'm like, no.
The one blessing is that we ended up going 95 north instead of 75 north. We decided that because we heard people say that there's no gas on 75.
Yeah, and we had a full tank, but that worried us because if you're sitting in traffic and your gas is just going down and then you just have none to get, but nowhere to stay, because we even looked at hotels first before reaching out to family about staying, and there was no hotels.
Unless you want to stay on the beach.
Yeah, the only one I could find was
Jacksonville, right? It was
yeah,
like a
Jacksonville
for like $885 a night.
Yeah. But they were all on the water, so.
But we didn't go 75, and luckily we didn't because we had a friend that went 75, and it usually takes about like 7 to 8 hours going 75 from Tampa up to Atlanta. Took them
14 hours.
Yeah.
So
just
I'm thankful they made it and their family's safe, but yeah, I can't imagine
how
that.
many people left Florida this time.
Yeah. And even us, like, luckily we always say baby girl saves us from some things. It's just like her intuition, I guess, but she started crying and I was like, you know what, it's probably hunger time. And we were like driving along and we were like, okay, what's at this exit? And it was just like a marathon, I think. We were like, you know what, just take it because she's not going to make it to any other exit, and the next exit could still be like 5 miles away. especially not being on 95 before.
Yeah, I think the next exit we were trying to get to was 15 miles down the road.
Yeah, and I was like, she's not going to make that. I sat in the front seat just so we could pack the car easier, so I couldn't just feed her as we drove. But when we pulled off and were feeding her, there was a gentleman that was at the pump next to us, and he was driving into Florida because they had an RV that they wanted to get back up and out of Florida. And so he said that he saw like standstill traffic on 95 and told us there should be an alternate route and showed us on our Google Maps how to go around it. So I'm so thankful that we pulled off and we didn't sit on that parking lot.
Erica just mentioned this, but I wanted to reiterate this, but we are very thankful for our baby, because when I was driving, I was like not hitting any traffic out of Orlando on I-4 up to 95. We like flew through.
Nobody was on the road.
Yeah, nobody was on the road. Also, it was nice because the governor, DeSantis, thankfully didn't charge tolls in the state of Florida, so the toll roads were free, so we took the express lanes. But back to my comment was that she's kind of our guardian angel, because I was getting frustrated because once we got on 95, it just kept on, like, time just kept on adding up. And the reason was because in and around Jacksonville there was traffic because they're redoing kind of 95 and like the outer belt that they have there. So she started to get fussy. We needed to stop. So luckily, right before we were going to take the 9B interstate, there was a rest stop. So we ended up stopping there, stretching our legs, using the facilities. No, the first stop.
Oh, the first stop.
The first stop.
Oh, yeah.
So and this was like 2 hours into the drive, give or take. I think 2 hours, right?
Yeah, 2 hours.
And we usually like to try to go 2.5 for the first stretch. So to my point is that she was getting fussy, so we got out, and it was great because by the time we got done there, got her all settled down, stretched our legs, traffic around Jacksonville had dissipated, so we didn't have to sit in traffic. Then the same could be back to Erica's story that she was getting hungry. We stopped at the Exxon station, got gas. Thankful to the gentleman, said, hey, go these back roads. We didn't have to sit in dead stop traffic either. So definitely our guardian angel. I'm also the one that loves to drive. I love to be in control. The only time that I don't like to be in control is when I'm flying because I don't know how to fly a plane. And 2, when I have to make a decision about dinner.
Yeah, that one drives me nuts.
Erica
what
hates.
do you want to eat? I don't know.
We go around and around in circles.
Why do I always have to choose?
Yeah, I just don't like
and
deciding
then his
dinner.
comment back to me is because I make a lot of decisions at work, and then I feel guilty, like, oh. But then I'm like, well, I make a lot of decisions at home.
So, yeah, so those are the 2 things that I don't like making decisions on. But one decision that I always like to make is that I love to drive. I just like to be in control. Unless we're doing like a big drive, then I'll give up the reins for maybe 2 hours. But other than that, I love to drive.
And I love to be a passenger.
The best part is when I get to drive, I always get coffee. Because you never need a reason and you never need a why. It's always coffee time.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you around like a donut. Beautiful sunset.